If you're a fan of retro video games, we're glad you found us here at Retro Game Treasure. Founded in 2015, Retro Game Treasure is a monthly subscription service where you get real video games delivered right to your door. Inside our treasure chests, you'll get 3 to 5 retro video games every month. Every box is based around you and customized to your choices. Best of all, it is not a rental service. You get to keep all the games that we send you. Let's dive in and help explain how it works. Step 1. Select your plan and create your account. Step 2. Go to your game's preferences section of your account to get started. Step 3. Add your inventory. Here you can add all the games you already own. This way we can avoid duplicates and won't send you games you already have. Step 4. Managing your preferences. Here's where it gets fun. Click on Manage Preferences to access your game preference survey. Here you can tell us what level of collector you are, what genres and categories of games you like action, fighting games, racing, and more, your favorite types of themes like anime, fantasy, sci-fi, Pokemon, which consoles you want to receive games for, such as the NES, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and PlayStation. We carry games for over 20 different consoles, from the Atari all the way up to more modern ones. And in the bonus round, you can choose even more features like imports, mature games, light gun games, and more. You can even change all these settings from month to month to fine-tune your boxes or to just change it up. Whether you're starting or building your collection, Retro Game Treasure is a great way to expand your collection every month. Sign up and get started today at RetroGameTreasure.com.
Well, there we go, fellas. Welcome to the show. Apologize for the rough start. Hit a little turbulence coming into Vegas, but everything is good to go now. My computer's a little weird today. I don't know what's going on. I think it doesn't matter. Nobody's interested. Welcome to the show. Welcome to gabbinandgames. That was our very delightful, wonderful sponsor, Retro Game Treasure. I want to talk about them just a little bit, and then we're going to get right into some interesting stories. But I got to say, I got my first box. This is the Retro Game Treasure box. These guys are great. We were going to do a game stream this recent weekend, and I hope your weekend was great. They send you a box every month, 3 to 5 games that is curated to your taste and your desires. And my first box that turn up the volume. All right, hang on. Turn it up. All right. Hang on, fellas. Sorry about it. Something's going on today. The gremlins are in the in the tech. Let's see what's happening. Let's see. Ba-bum-bum. Walking down the street. You can go fuck yourself. I told him to fuck himself. How about that, folks? How's that? Is that too loud? Well, hopefully that'll work for you. Welcome to the show. That's probably way too goddamn loud. All right, let's start again, shall we? Retro Game Treasures are still pretty quiet. Come on, man. Hit me up. What do you think? Are we good? Can we begin the fucking video game show that is called Gabbinandgames? Now it's too loud. You son of a bitch. How about this? Is this too fucking loud for you? Yeah, you goddamn right. Better? All right, here we go. Our delightful sponsor, Retro Game Treasure. These guys are delightful. They send you a box every month with 3 to 5 retro games going all the way back to the Atari days that is curated just to your heart's content. They have real live people doing it. They also have computers doing it, and they want to find you the very best games that you get to keep. The first box, we were going to stream a lot of the games the other day, but I ended up, I got something that hooks the PS2 to the Elgato, and that shipped in the mail, not from Retro Game. That was a separate thing I bought, and it was kind of crappy picture. So I'm getting a better one. So we'll be doing that this week. They made me a box for box number 1. And I'll tell you something. These are great. These are games that inspired the original God of War. I also have a very cool God of War surprise. Not news, just something a fan made that I'm going to show you later. But they sent me, these are the games we're going to be streaming later in the week. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Onimusha 3, Godai Elemental Force. Don't ask. I'll explain how all of these affected the God of War game design. And the Mighty Mighty Rygar, The Legendary Adventure. These will be happening. And then I have all the links to them down below, as well as we'll be moving up and down in this chat, right? If you go over to their site, and I would love for you to do it, it would really, really be great if they were just kind of like, holy shit, Jaffe's audience, because we think the audience for this show and their product is a pretty good Venn diagram. I'd love to prove us right. I'd love for you to help us prove us right. But here's the deal. I'm putting together my new box, which is box number 2. Okay. And if you going over there, you can see box number 2 is going to be underrated horror gems from the PS2 and PS1 era. Right. So you can go in and put in all the genres that you like. You can go in and put the consoles you want. You can put in, do you like mature games, import games, all the stuff you just saw in the ad. And then I'm going in and you can also write your own wish list stuff. So I am very excited to see what these fine folks at Retro Game Treasure come up with when we get to box number 2. Again, I hope you'll tune in for box number 1, which are the games that inspired God of War 1 game design. That will be later in the week as soon as we get that new piece in the mail. Okay. It better be CIB for the box game, says Awesome. I don't know what that means. What is CIB? All right. Now, I understand that I am a big deal in the world. I am no small potato. I'm one of the most influential people on the internet. And in that, I think I kind of, well, I don't. Here's what happened. So earlier today, I work on this show over on the Locale universe with Keemstar's group called Locale Crypt, and we talk about all kinds of pop culture and weird stories and all the weird crazy shit, UFOs and stuff that I dig. Complete inbox of CIB. It depends. You can go in and mark what matters to you. They will send you, like in the case of Rygar. They will send you, yes, it's the whole thing, the beautiful color manual and all that. Other times, depending, I don't need all of those things. So sometimes like the Onimusha game did not come with manual. But if you go in, I do believe there's a place where you can say, this is my limit of what I want, basically. So that's in terms of I need the manual, so they'll send you games with that. It's my understanding. So yeah, in fact, let me just make sure. I want to go to preferences. I'll tell you what, I will look that up and I will get back to you on that later today or tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Okay. Happy birthday, Jaffe, says K-Nubs. Thank you, buddy. Take care of your body. I just tried doing cartwheels and round-offs for the first time in years and I'm hurt and I'm only 41. Oh, I know. I do walk every single night or almost every single night. But yeah, I appreciate the well wishes and thank you for that. Thank you, K-Nubs, for that. Also, thank you, KP Projections, for the super chat before the show started. Jaffe, I'm a big fan of you, but do you have the time to do what? Listen to you whine? I don't understand. Anyway, I'm a pretty big deal. Thank you, K-Nubs, and thank you. God damn it, Jaffe, you're losing your mind. Thank you, K-Nubs. Thank you, KP. Appreciate it, buddy. Now, the stream is being weirder than usual. Yeah, well, let me know. There's not much I can do. But yeah, if you guys are having some tech, what do you mean what's happening to the stream? It never ends with this fucking shit. We just got fiber. We literally just got fiber. Somebody educate me. What's happening with the stream? my bit rate. Let me see what's happening. 1 second, guys. 2x the speed. Hang on. Let's see what's going on. All right, 1 sec, guys. My stream runs great, says Durali. It's fine right now. All right, keep an eye out. Tech is not streaming right now because he is not currently on Locale Bus, and I am streaming on fiber. So if we're having a problem, hit refresh, see what happens. But that would be really. The stream runs great, says Durali. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it on another screen though, just to be absolutely sure. Okay, so anyway, I'm doing this show on Locale Crypt. Let's get focused, boys. Let's get right to the meat of it. I'm doing a show today on Locale Crypt, and one of the stories is about a company that is called Just Like Me, and they do AI avatars, and they're making some news in the world because they did AI avatars of Jesus, and for $2 a minute, you can talk to Jesus Christ, or obviously an AI version of Jesus Christ. Okay, well, that's interesting. So I go over there on the show because I'm curious, and it turns out not just Jesus, but you can also talk, I'm not fucking with you, to Charlie Kirk. The late great or late awful, depending on your political view and your just view of the world, Chucky Kirk. And so I did. And here was my conversation. I'm not going to play much of it. You can watch it over on the replay, and it's not really about games, but it is about technology. Here you go. This was a little bit of what happened. And then I want to tell you about what happened right after this, okay?
Kill me. And there's no credible basis to claim that.
This was me asking if Israel had actually killed him, if Israel was, because the AI acknowledges that he's dead. And I said, well, did Israel kill you? He says, no, there's no proof of that.
I was assassinated at an outdoor campus event at Utah Valley University in September 2025. And a man was arrested and charged.
What do you miss most about being alive, Charlie?
Was it getting cheated on by your wife?
Okay, and then that's Tech and the co-host. And then it got crazy. We started asking him about his wife, and he says, don't smear my wife. And I said, well, I will smear your wife, thank you very much, depending on sort of what I'm going to smear. You know, it was very lowbrow, humor, as the kids like. And anyway, so as I'm preparing this stream earlier today, it was weird. Well, there's a spoiler. It was weird because if you go over to their site now, the Charlie Kirk avatar is gone. Jesus is still there. Let me make absolute sure. Yeah, there is no longer a Charlie Kirk up there. So if you go there and you say, I want to see Charlie Kirk, it says, hang on, Just Like Me. And my computer's acting batshit. What is going on, man? Maybe it's the site. Maybe the site has gremlins and bugs and shit. But they have removed Charlie Kirk from their little group of avatars. Which, I mean, I imagine if you are in charge of the Charlie Kirk estate, you're probably like, dude, get my fucking husband, mentor, whatever he was, off. So I'd like to think that we, not intentionally, that we got Charlie Kirk off the goddamn Just Like Me site. But maybe not. But it was still a lot of fun to talk to him. And you know how people are. People get upset about this stuff. They're like, that's not acceptable. I'm like, that's kind of cool. It was really, and this is something that is obviously nascent, but this is something in 20 years, if you guys have kids or grandkids or whatever, yeah, Bibi Netanyahu got him taken off. That's right, boss. It's going to be, I want to talk to Obama. I want to talk to George Washington. And obviously people aren't stupid. It's not really Obama. Who knows? But it's pretty fucking cool. Heroic says, as a Christian, I wish there wasn't a Jesus AI, but I still believe a company should be allowed to do what they want. Yeah, of course. Jesus is, I'm not laughing at that. Jesus is public domain for sure. I'm laughing at Real Willie Farnsworth because we talked on the show today about Sydney Sweeney getting into some hot water because in the new season of Euphoria, she's playing an OnlyFans model. And the first episode, people don't seem to have a problem with, where she dresses up and does dog cosplay. She's got a collar and ears, and she's on a doghouse. But then it turns out on the third episode, which people are upset about, she dresses as a baby in a diaper. Well, that's a bridge too far, clearly. So I started putting that on the stream today. People were very upset. Here's what we're not upset about. JSD coming in hot like a skillet. Thank you, buddy. You have always been a great supporter of this show, the other shows, and all the stuff we do, and I do appreciate that very, very much. He says, happy birthday, Papa G. Who's that? Not me. Let's do it again. Can I have another take? Yeah? All right. Just one more. I swear, I'm sorry. It's been a long... I'll do it again. Action. You'll do action? Okay. No, I know you're the director. I know... Okay, just tell me what. JSD, thank you so much for supporting the show with that big, meaty, juicy super chat. We appreciate it, buddy. Coming in hot like a skillet. He says, Jaffe, here's 100 smackaroos. Happy birthday, Papa J. JSD, you know we appreciate that. We appreciate you. Here's a song. There once was a boy named JSD. He fell on down and scraped his knee. A lady came up and said, oh me, oh my JSD. I'm going to say a code word to you. When you hear it and you're older, it will trigger the fact that you will kill the president. You're a sleeper cell agent now, JSD. I love it. It's a great fucking song. Thank you, JSD. You want AI on that wall. You need AI on that wall. You don't mean writing your goddamn music. Thank you, buddy. KP Projections. Would you ever talk to an AI version of yourself? I've done that before. I've absolutely done that before. Yeah, I think it's great. I'm the most interesting person I know. Are we high already? No, but I'm working on it. Okay, listen to this. Great fucking news. Now, hello, Anna G. Always good to see you. Everybody give Anna G an emote of your choice and thank her for being the best goddamn mod in the business. Listen to this. I played the demo of Pragmata, and I really enjoyed it. I did not walk away from it going, oh my God, this is going to be a game of the year contender at all. Turns out, though, when the reviews dropped this morning, that's what a lot of these critics are saying. They are suggesting that Pragmata could go on to be in the top 5 slot of the goddamn Cock-a-Doodle game of the year. When shit rolls around, it's sitting at an 86. Now, we're going to talk about Pragmata, but I do want to say, JSD's come back to me, dropped a super chat, and said, I don't want to be a sleeper agent. And that's all you get for $10. I'm not going to write the whole fucking opera for you, but, maybe with more money. Seriously, though, thank you so much, JSD. Very appreciated. Real Shadow says, Jaffe. 85 is not game of the year. Well, it's an 86, first off. Let's be clear. Second off, it's not an 86 on one. It's aggregate, right? And it's also mixed between different systems. The Switch, too, surprisingly, has the highest. But they're all sitting at, the lowest is an 85 on Xbox. The highest is Switch 2, 86 on PS5, 87 on PC. If you have played this thing, the weird time looping. What are you talking about? The demo could have been better. So, oh yeah, what is that? What is going on with that stream? What is happening? What the fuck is happening? Is the audio doing that or just the video doing that? Is the audio doing that weird looping thing or is it just the video? I'm going to make one change to the stream. Maybe this will help. I don't know, but that's horrific. Please let me know. YouTube forced me to. Okay, let me change my bit rate real quick. Hang on a second. Tell me if this is any better. All right. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Turn your keys, sir. Hang on. Man, yeah, this is bad. 2x speed to fix the stream. You know what? This could be a YouTube thing. I don't know if you guys saw this. YouTube introduced over the weekend the ability for people, I'm not even fucking with you, this is kind of interesting. They introduced the ability for you that AI will determine if you're playing beyond normal speed, and it will speed up and slow down the playback speed based on what's happening on screen. Or if people are skipping that part of the video a lot, it'll speed that up and things like that. It's pretty fucking crazy. But no, this is, let me just put it in the chat to hit refresh. I'm real sorry, you guys. Hit refresh. Okay, thank you, ESP. ESP says it looks fine to him. I don't know what's going on, fellas. But anyway, listen. But anyway, so I played the demo of this. The demo is available right now, and it's great. I didn't get the sense that I would walk away from it going, oh my God, I have to get this day one, because this is the worst goddamn title on the planet. What is the goddamn game? Windrose? Game? It's not Windrose. It's Dawn Rose. What is the goddamn pirate game? Wind Pirate Game. Dawn Dusk. It's a horrible fucking name. Shit. What's it called? Windrose. Windrose is out tomorrow, and I'm like, this game, the demo was so fucking good for this game. It was so goddamn good for this game. And so this is going to be the game I play all week, but I probably will be getting Pragmata day one and streaming it because the reviews are so fucking good. Yeah, I'm with you, Awesome Tatum. He says Pragmata was fun, but I'm surprised how good the reviews are. Yeah. But here's what I'll say. By the way, Awesome Tatum, thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday, y'all so-and-so. Secret's out. Getting that special deal at IHOP. You goddamn right. We're going to go to Denny's, and I'm going to get a whatever you get at Denny's when you're 55. Listen to this, though. This is really neat, though, about Pragmata, which is, if you don't know the history, this is a game that was in production for a very long time. And what I love about this, and if, okay, let me just ramble, like, what's new, Jaffe? You shut the fuck up, you whore. Look, if you, I don't want reviews, I just want the image. If you like write or know writers and stuff, and you talk to these guys, and you know, every art form has the foundation, right? That it's like you can write a book, but most authors would say you have to start with characters, right? Or you can write a song, and if you want to write a song people love, I don't know if you start with melody or chords or whatever. The video games that start first and foremost with mechanics are the ones that become usually the classics, not the stories, right? Not the art style, the mechanics. This game, Capcom had these guys in development with this mechanic for like 5 or 6 years, just trying to figure out if this thing would be fun, if it would be engaging, if it would be interesting. And they probably went back to the well ad nauseum until they got it working. And then they built a game around that group of systems. Splatoon did the same thing. A lot of the great arcade classics did the same thing. I would love to see, I would absolutely love to see a sense of companies of all sizes, like the real good game designers, infuse that into the culture of the development teams. I don't know if Naughty Dog starts Uncharted with mechanics. They probably don't. I don't know if they started Last of Us with mechanics. I could be wrong. They probably didn't. I can tell you God of War did not start with mechanics at all. It started with the concept. And again, you can win with that, but it's not the best way to do it, because you'll know you don't have to lean on the production value. You don't have to lean on the story. You don't have to lean on the graphics if your mechanics are awesome. And so I really love seeing a success story about a game that went through that development process, because it just shows that time and time again, it works. It's what Miyamoto's been saying forever. And I'm excited. According to critics, one of the strengths is the heartwarming story. Yeah, I'm not saying once you have that foundation, you can't wrap the graphics and the story and the production value all around that. But you're building it on a very solid foundation versus starting with that and then going, what do I do? Let's just kind of make a third-person shooter. We need a hook. Okay, well, that's all I'm saying. No, they're absolutely not mutually exclusive, and they shouldn't be. The best thing you can do, it reminds me of how when you listen to Stan Lee, or back in the day when Stan Lee would talk about the Marvel method of making comic books, he'd say, I would go to the artist and I'd say, here's a story. It's about Spider-Man fighting the Vulture, and the Vulture realizes he has cancer, and Spider-Man has to decide whether to get Aunt May her blood pressure medicine or the Vulture his cancer medicine, whatever. And so Jack Kirby or Steve Ditko or whoever would go off and draw the whole story, and then it would come back to Stan Lee and he would write the dialogue and the narration and all that shit. Similarly, start with your mechanics, then give it to a great writer. Say, here's what the game is. I don't fucking know what it's about. I mean, Splatoon didn't start. I mean, Splatoon's the most absurd concept in the world, but it works because of what the game is, So anyway, I'm excited for this game for a lot of reasons. It looks fun. The demo was great. Capcom is on a roll. We're going to talk about Resident Evil 9 in just a second. I finished that last night. And the fact that it does show that while there's no guarantee of success in the industry at a business level, there is a well-worn, well-trodden path to a successful piece of interactive entertainment or art that never fails. Although it fails a lot on the way to saying that's my foundation. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Will I be playing Tamagotchi Life? No, my son bought it. He's very excited, but it's really not my kind of game. I might pick it up just to play with him, but I don't even think it's online. You can visit your buddies and stuff, but I don't think there's any. I'm not sure. JSD for you and me. He comes through in the clutch. JSD will not put up with Nazis or exterminators who don't do their jobs and kill all of the mice. JSD drops a 10 super chat gifted. I don't know what I'm talking about. 10 gifted members come on into the fold. Thank you, fellas, very, very much. Welcome, all of you guys. Thank you, JSD, for that very, very generous donation to the church. When the comic comes, you are going to have a front row seat right next to me to watch us ascend to the next level and go clear. JSD, thank you, buddy. Mr. Moneybags, you goddamn right. Interesting. So Holly says, game is a hard pass to me, meaning Pragmata. It looks like a PS3 game in terms of gameplay and graphics. Yeah, it depends why you play video games, I suppose. I think the graphics look good. The demo was great, but I have learned that the reviews do say that it is very much an Xbox 360 throwback in terms of sort of not a big open world, not a big, it's got more in common with Resident Evil 9 or the Resident Evil remakes than, a big open massive game. So if you're not looking for that, then I get why you wouldn't want it. But I'm super stoked. I like games like that. I rarely finish any other games that are not like that. So somebody was asking about the Switch. Somebody said, I want to get it on the PlayStation, but I'm curious how it works on the Switch. All I will tell you is that the reviews give the Switch 2 the highest reviews out of PC, Xbox, PlayStation 5, and Switch 2. Switch 2 they're all within it's 85, 86, 87, and I think 89 for Switch 2. So, Blood says this game was clearly made to get the population of Japan to want to have kids again. It's obvious propaganda. Hey, whatever works, I suppose. Since when is a game that's not open world a hallmark of the PS3 era, says Eternal? I'm not saying that's the only hallmark. But what I'm saying is linear-esque games where you have an 8 to 12 hour single-player narrative experience and you're moving through a wide, in essence, if you look at it like a top-down map, you're moving through a wide tunnel. I'm using the word tunnel. That's how we talked about it when I made games. I was making games in that era. So on the whiteboard, you would draw a massive, very wide channel. And within that, you could have a lot of freedom to move around and you could have branching, but the whole thing was pushing you forward from beginning to end. That's what these reviewers mean, and that's what I mean when I say PS3 Xbox 360. Like a corridor, yeah, but it doesn't look like a corridor. I mean, God of War 1, and all the God of Wars follow this. God of War 1 up to Ragnarok. Happy birthday, old man, says Goodrich, fellow game designer, worked with me on Twisted Metal, Twist Metal Small Brawl, Vigilante 8. Now I think he's, those people who have to break the necks of chickens to get them ready to cook. He does that now. Happy birthday, old man. Here's money for an extra side of hash browns at Denny's. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Okay. I understand I'm in the minority, says Holly. All I see is praise for it and good for Capcom. They've been killing it. Yeah, 100%. It may not be for you. That's great. There's so much to play. It doesn't have to be this. But I'm excited to play it, but I'm more excited for Winrose, honestly. Okay. Let's stick briefly with, I'll get to Capcom in a minute, but let's just say that I finished last night Resident Evil. I have some thoughts. I'll bring them up real soon. You guys asked for a unique AAA game, says Crazed Assassin. Here it is, and you better buy it, you frauds. He's not wrong. He's not fucking wrong. The new Xbox CEO has stepped up and said, I think Game Pass is too goddamn expensive. What do you think about that? She's certainly saying all the right stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. She's, according to a leaked memo, says she's keen to offer a cheaper or more flexible option. Short-term Game Pass, this is her quote. It wasn't a quote for the press, but this was in the memo. It's clear the current model of Game Pass isn't the final one. She says short-term Game Pass has become too expensive for players, so we need a better value equation. Long-term, we will evolve Game Pass into a more flexible system, which will take time to test and learn around. And I'm assuming what she's talking about, of course, is an ad-based version, which they've already talked about. Maybe taking Call of Duty out or taking Call of Duty out for certain versions of it. I don't know. But it's nice to know they're seriously considering dropping the $30 price down to something else. White says she's just got to follow up all her talk with action. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. The way she talks about Xbox, I mean, I'm curious, certainly, but it's very strange to me because the industry has moved on, and she really is talking the talk about, she's talking the talk about, let's bring Xbox back to whatever glory days it had. And I'm like, the industry doesn't work that way really anymore. The idea that you want to bring it back to just a console and exclusives, and you could say, well, Jaffe, that works for PlayStation. PlayStation is a dinosaur, the way PlayStation does it right now. And they're ruling the roost, but the roost is beginning to change. Again, I don't want to get into a big thing. You guys know my take on the future of the industry, but I'm just saying that I'm not sure. She's either daft, which I don't think she is at all, or she's saying a lot of things, but it's not really going to be exactly what it sounds like she's saying, which is she's not saying, let's go back to the old days of Xbox 360. And she's playing on nostalgia and all that shit. I do not believe you're going to be getting that. I could be wrong. I could be totally fucking wrong, but it ain't going to be. Yeah, Victor says Xbox 362. I don't think so. I just do not think so. But, we'll see. We'll see. That works for Steam. No subservice there, says Relax. Yeah, but what's different about it, though, is Steam is absolutely filled with varying price points. So that's what I'm saying. You can't go back to Xbox 360 where every game is a $50 experience. Steam is like, hey man, we'll sell. We'll sell. God, I don't know what's going on with the stream. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm seeing the looping. Hit refresh. It should fix it. But yeah, I'm not suggesting that. Yeah, I'm distracted. I'm sorry. I should be professional enough to not respond to the fact that the stream looks like goddamn Max Headroom, but sometimes it's hard, boys. Yeah, the point is that Steam offers lots of games Everything from weird demos that are free all the way up to $120, 2K exclusive 3-week play WWE before anyone else. If that's what we're talking about, cool, 100%. But that's not the old school Xbox mentality is what I'm saying. Have I played Darksiders? I loved Darksiders. It was excellent. I agree with you. Darksiders 2 absolutely bored me, and I didn't get into 2 or 3. There is a new one coming. I also played Darksiders Genesis, which was kind of an isometric one. Hello, Lynx. How are you, buddy? Listen to me. Look, I have to show you something. So Lynx is a delightfully, wonderfully talented artist. She has done the Bloodborne statue. She did the Art the Clown. I have a Supergirl one in the other. Ace has not showed up yet. Is Ace supposed to be here today? She made one for our dog that we had to put to sleep a few weeks ago, which is actually going to hold his ashes. It looks delightful. I haven't seen it IRL yet, but maybe we'll get it today. But I wanted to mention this because I know you're on the up and up, but I got to tell you, a sponsor reached out to me, and I'm probably not going to do it, but I'm doing it now for free, right? But I had never heard of this. What are these guys called? Let's see, 3D. Is it Mushly? Hang on, let me see what this is. 1 second. What are these guys called? Un momento, por favor. I will get back to you in a moment. Shut up, Jaffe. No, you shut up, Jaffe. Yes, got him. Meshy. Okay, Meshy. Okay, they may have delivered it to the P.O. box, Links. If that's the case, my ex-wife would know, and I haven't talked to her today. So this was kind of nuts, man. Meshy is this thing. So Lynx, correct me if I'm wrong, Lynx, but the way it works is Lynx will do models for you that you have a deal with the people who make the models, right? So if you're into 3D printing, you can go off and go, oh, I want to buy this model, and then they get paid, the people who own the rights and all that stuff. So what this is different though, but you can do it for that. But obviously Lynx is on the up and up. She wouldn't. But it's so cool because I went and I said, okay, I want to make a picture of Spider-Woman as Taylor Swift, right? So I went and I made a picture. I didn't make it, but I had the goddamn computer go make me Taylor Swift as Spider-Woman. And then it did that. And then it's so quick, this thing. And then you plug it in, and it just fucking works. You go to the model. It made me the model, the high-res model. If you make video games, okay, so it just did it. It's just, I mean, look at that. So if you were Lynx, and if you were willing to do it, which I wouldn't want you to do it, you could take this if you had your own 3D printer and actually print out your own creations and then paint them. Now, you'd have to have talent, which she does and I don't, but I thought that was cool. But then you can also take it and make it into a low poly version, and you can rig it, and then you can immediately export it to Unity, Unreal, whatever you want. So if you're into making video games and one of your bottlenecks is getting your characters. Now, I didn't rig this well because I was just fucking around with it. So I kind of put the rigs in all the wrong places. But this went from an image that I got on, ChatGPT or whatever, to a 3D model, to a low 3D model, to a rigged model that I can now export into Unity and be running around the screen with it in a matter of 10 minutes. I need you to understand that. I know a lot of you, if you've never made video games, you're like, who gives a shit? And what I'm saying to you, my friends, is this is why it's not going to be, we're already getting to the point where, you can make video games and you don't really need the big teams that you used to. This is getting to the point now, though, that this is some impressive shit. This is some very impressive shit. And if you are even thinking of making games, Again, I'm not getting paid. They're offering to pay me, but I think it's cool enough that at least I'm going to talk about it. I may talk about it again, and then you'll know that money has changed hands, but I just wanted to share this with you because I think it's pretty fucking cool. Okay. And also links showed up, and obviously that triggered this because I was thinking about her when I saw this. It's not indie slop. You don't. Now you're just saying indie slop. You're not even saying AI slop, Crazy Assassin. It's what are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? It lets more people in to make games. Juicy Booch, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate it very, very much. Roman Victor, thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday, they say. Thank you. Juicy Booch has been a member to this fine program for 3 months, and we love him and appreciate him. Thank you, buddy. Machine XP, thank you for the super chat. Very generous. Just had to put our 18-year-old dog down yesterday. Thanks for the streams, Jaffe. You goddamn right. It'll break your fucking heart, but again, this was the first time. I mean, I've put a couple dogs down now, and yeah, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying it got my mind going, you know. But I don't know what I was talking about now. Oh yeah, the dogs, man. You know, but I came off that experience just, you know, so grateful. I was very sad. I mourned it. I grieved it. I cried a lot. And I'm not over it. You're never over someone you love no longer being in your life. But I'm functional, you know. But man, it is true what they say. The price of owning a dog and loving a dog and having that dog love you is, you know, the pain that you feel when you have to say goodbye, which you usually will before the dog does, or they'll say goodbye to you before you say goodbye to them. But okay, if that's the price for that delightful fucking joy of having a fucking dog in your life, what are you talking about? Any day, every goddamn day. It's hard as shit to say goodbye, but it's the best fucking creatures. Speaking of the best fucking creatures, the Roman Victor. Welcome to the Diet Coke Commanders. I'm working on it. I don't think it's there yet, but it's getting there. Thank you, buddy. JSD steps back up and says, listen, I kill people for a living and business is good. And so, Jaffe, I want to share some of the wealth. Thank you, buddy. What was the promotion for the artist? I was thinking about Darksiders, so I missed it. Oh, well, that's not really a problem, pal. I'm always excited to share information about Miss Lynx. I always struggle with her Instagram because it's not her name. It's like Cats or something. Cats Creative. I don't fucking know. Come on, Lynx. Help me out, champion. The Creative Cats, maybe? Lynx, what's your thing so I can tell people about it? But she does these great 3D models. And then she paints them beautifully. Right? That's Bloodborne. And she, you know, she just tell her what you're into and it's great. She did one for our dog. Isn't that something? Isn't that beautiful? My camera is not, I don't have 4K camera. You got to zoom in. The details on this thing are spectacular. So that's what we were talking about. And if she's still here, I'll put the link up down below. I try not to touch it much, though, because I'm kind of clumsy. Okay, Cat's Clations. Let me bring that up. You need a Master Chief? I'm sure she can make it. I'm sure she's made a lot of Master Chiefs before. There you go, right here. Here's all of her. Look at this. Look at this good stuff. Oh, I loved this one. I saw this one this weekend. Look at this Medusa. Come on now. And then look at this. Look at these these Resident Evil characters, I think. Yeah. Look at that. Jill Valentine. I don't know who this is, though. Who is that? That's not Grace, is it? But obviously there's Jill. Which one's that? Is that Grace? I'm not sure. But it's amazing stuff, man. Let me put the link in the thing if you want to go check them out. Thank you, JSD, for asking. But yes. Oh, I'll show you the Ace one. It's on here. So she made one of Ace. She's fast, too. This is our puppy, Ace. Well, he's not a puppy. And my understanding is, I haven't seen it yet, is that there's an opening that we're going to put his ashes in when it gets here. Look, my baby. I miss my baby. Sweet boy. Sweet fucking dog, that guy. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you so much, Links. Listen to this. I want to get this super chat right here. Thank you so much, Machine. I didn't mean to bring the stream vibe down, by the way. Well, you know, talking about dead fucking dogs will do it. Thank you, sir. Roger Matt, thank you, buddy. Gods of War, 14 months, man. He says, I've been here longer than 14 months, but once again, happy birthday, Jaffe. Did you do anything special or are you? I should have waited to donate here instead of Crypt. The money only goes to you. That's okay. I appreciate it. We are going, I'm not sure yet, right? So we were going to go, there's a book crawl coming up in San Diego, and I love bookstores. And what it is it's not tonight, but it's coming up in the next week, where they have a shuttle and they shuttle you around to all of the independent bookstores in San Diego. And you just get to buy books and read books and be with people who love books. And I think we're going to go out to dinner and then do that. But then we're thinking about maybe doing, going to Coronado, to Orange Street and walking around, getting dinner and going to the fancy movie theater and seeing Project Hail Mary. So we don't know yet. We're talking about it, but we'll see. But thank you regardless, though. Juicy Booch, thank you for the little picture. I don't know who that is. Little ninja. Thank you for that. We appreciate it, buddy. We did talk about Pragmata and we did talk about Game Pass. I saw somebody telling me that, hey, Jaffe, you know, right now there's another show on that's doing the exact same content that you're doing. I don't think they do it as good as I do because I don't give as much of a shit as they do. Let me tell you something. These guys, some of these guys, not all of them. I'm not ignoring you. Some of these guys, they can make a meal out of the Xbox memo all goddamn day long. They'll talk about it and talk about it. What else do you need to know? Like, how many minutes do I need to spend telling you there was a leaked memo and the head of Xbox said she wants to relook at Xbox pricing? Cool. Does anybody really care about it beyond a couple little asides or something? I mean, really? What the fuck's that about? I'm not being a dick. I like these guys. I just don't understand how you can talk about that shit that much. Versus, I'm going to tell you something. I have proof for you guys. I'm so good. I'm so goddamn good. You have to understand, especially when a lot of this DEI shit was going on, and people were saying, oh, it's getting in the way of the artist's vision. I don't like how it gets in the way of the, it was all bullshit. You didn't like it because there were LGBT people in it, and there were lesbians in it, and there were gay folks in it, and that's fine. You have a right to your opinion, but at least be honest about it. The reason I bring this up, I would say this over and over and over to them, and they would say, oh, you're full of shit. No, it's the artist's vision we care about. That's why we're upset about it. I'm like, dude, forget video games, but it happens all the time. It happens all the fucking time. Okay? Somebody put a list together. I want to show it to you. Of movies that changed the last minute to sell more merchandise. These are classic movies, a lot of these fucking movies, that people love. And they act like, no, those are pristine. They're beautiful. They didn't have any executive fingerprints on them at all. No, you're just fucking wrong. You're just fucking wrong. You don't know how it works, and yet you are very comfortable going out there trying to talk about it as if you know what the fuck you're talking about. And I want to make it clear to you that I don't think you do. Let me just read some of the bigger ones. Cars from Pixar. One of it, at the time, the most beloved animation companies making movies that touched your childhood. That sounds filthy. You know what I mean? Disney execs forced Pixar to add massive extra racing scenes specifically to sell brand new toy variants. Iron Man 3. Marvel totally forced Shane Black, the writer-director, to change the main villain from a woman because female toys don't sell. Disney and Frozen totally changed Elsa from a dark villain to a hero to sell profitable Disney princess dresses. Minions. This one's amazing. Universal absolutely specifically, what is with this writing? Designed the yellow creatures to be incredibly easily mass produced as cheap plastic toys. Again, You ask the kids who came up with Minions, and they're probably young adults now, but this will be a movie they look back on as a classic, the first few Minions. Okay? I'm not arguing against a straw man. No, I'm not. You can't tell me when this DEI shit was going down, what they thought was the argument they used, Eternal, was that it's not that we have a problem with the artist putting what they want in, if that's what they want to put in. It's the fact that this is coming from corporate. This is corporate slop getting in the way of our art, and it's not acceptable. And I've been saying that's what it's like unless you're making a self-funded indie movie. That's what it's been like since the first day a caveman gave another caveman, a chicken leg and said, "You paint my wall for wife." What? I don't know how they talked. I don't mean to be racist to cave people. I don't know how they talked. I wasn't there. And so what I'm saying is this is the same as it ever was. Art that is paid for by other people is an investment more often than not. And here's evidence now, because there's enough time that's passed from some of these movies. George Lucas changed the ending of Wookiees to Ewoks specifically to sell millions of cute teddy bears. No, not the Holy Trilogy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Right, that's what I was saying, Stoms. They were just using it as a thinly veiled excuse to hide their racism and misogyny. I'd rather they just sort of accept that and just go, look, I'm a racist. I only like women in the bedroom. Beyond that, I wish they'd shut the fuck up. I wish they would just say that. It's not that I respect them at all, but at least we'd be able to have a conversation that, was honest. Jurassic World universally demanded the creation of a massive hybrid dinosaur purely to launch an entirely new toy line. That's how it's welcome to capitalism, boys. That's how it works. Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of capitalism, here's another good example. And I've said this before, but this came out. This is one of the designers on Benson Russell. He worked on Last of Us and Uncharted. He's talking about crunch at Naughty Dog. And this is what I've been saying forever, which is, hey, you want to fucking be AAA? You want to be the big boys? Sorry. All your bullshit about no crunch. Fuck you. Yes, crunch. Yes, crunch. Crunch every goddamn day of the week if you want to make a hit and you want to stand out. Do you have to crunch? No. But you certainly have to crunch at that level, because a lot of what makes Naughty Dog games successful is the fucking production value. I'm not saying it's just that, but it's the attention to detail throughout the whole, marbled into the whole product. So here this guy is who left before Uncharted 4 shipped. Here's what he said about it. He was on a Kiwi Talks is what it's called. He was on a podcast.
I think after The Last of Us 1, when we had the meeting, because every meeting after that was always like, hey, what are we going to do to try and mitigate crunch? How are we going to make this better? And eventually it was just an admission in the meeting. It was like, well, we just come to realize this is what it takes to make games at our level. And we understand if you don't want to do that, that's fine. We understand. We'll write you a great letter of recommendation. That was the answer. So, wow. And it's like, and again, the company runs the way it wants to run. You either want to be a part of it or you don't. They're not technically breaking any laws, and they're not, it's not like a requirement. It is hey, we really could use your help. Please come here. And you're incentivized to do it because your bonuses will be bigger. Your contribution to the project affects, the amount of bonus that you're going to get. So, people, so they respect it. There are some people that had to leave strict schedules because of family. As we got older, they got families, kids, whatever.
And so, yeah, and that's simply, and in the chat, people are saying, well, Jaffe, what causes crunch then? And what I'm kind of tired of hearing what causes crunch is bad management. Certainly bad management will cause crunch, but bad management is not Naughty Dog. Bad management is not, I'm not saying they haven't made mistakes, but some of the best managers in video games, hell, Scott Campbell, who, he and I butted heads all the time, but he worked for the fucking military, or he was a contractor for the military at Evans and Sutherland producing simulations. You could not fuck that up, because these were, F-15 simulations that if you fucking learned incorrectly, people could die. You don't do that with that, right? So it's not like Scott wasn't a great manager. They crunched because that is the nature of competing in an interactive space art form where you are writing it and making it up as you go. And you can say, well, that's the problem. You should know what your game is before you know it. And to that, I would say you don't know anything about making games. If what you want is basically the same game people have made ad nauseum, then sure, go play the Ubisoft games that a lot of people bitch about. But what I really find offensive, frankly, is this idea that, it's a management issue and it could be done and we could do it without crunch. And the answer is no, you can't. Since man, I mean, in a lot of ways you could argue it's not evolution because evolution can be random and is random, but the things that people value sustain. Okay. And end of the day, the scrappy team that's willing to put their personal lives, their health, whatever, on the back burner because they're driven, or at least enough of them are driven, to make the next great big thing that takes the ball and moves it a few yards down the field, they're the ones that are going to control the conversation and make the money and be able to write their own ticket to what they want to do in their careers. That's simply the way it is. Starm says, what about people's health? Yeah, what about it? I mean, you think this is the first industry to harm people's health because of the obsession with capitalism and success? Of course not. I'm not saying that it's a great solution, but that's how it's always been done. Games, automobiles, politics, romance. Seriously, the person who puts in the work and the people who put in the work are the people who usually, not always, get the rewards. If they're compensated for the overtime, then fine, says Eternal. They certainly are at Naughty Dog, but again, I mean, it's as long as it's not breaking the law. Anyway, in AI, I don't think will mitigate crunch. No, Stom says that doesn't excuse it. Things need to change. No, they don't. They absolutely don't need to change because they won't change because people keep buying the games and the studios keep covering it. Do you really think, let me ask you this. Are you still going to go to the websites that cover GTA and have also complained about crunch? Because if you do, you're a hypocrite and they're a hypocrite. Yeah, Dub says no one should have to sacrifice their health for a job, physically or mentally. Of course they shouldn't. It's shit. It's shit. But it's capitalism. You can go work somewhere else. You can say nonsense all you want, but you're not. If all you're offering are platitudes and bumper sticker slogans, there's really nothing I can do to convince you. We crunch like a motherfucker at Santa Monica. And we did it because the people of us that were leading the team, creatively, technically, what have you, were people that said, we want to be the best. And we weren't mad at people that didn't want to be the best, but we didn't want to work with them on that game. We want, it's like in the Steve Jobs biography by Isaacson. He's like, A players want to work with A players. And there is a point in your life where you're like, I want to, in my own field, as Jobs also said, I want to put a dent in the universe. And sorry, I mean, go work somewhere else. There are plenty of jobs you can get, but that's my take on it. And I was happy to see this guy who was in it long after I had left the industry saying, it's the same goddamn thing. It's the same goddamn thing. It's the same as it ever was. He worked at Naughty Dog and they crunched and he was just like, he left, by the way. He didn't want to do it. And that's totally fair. Listen to this. Here's what else is totally fair. JSD, who's a prison guard, best prison guard, makes so much money being a prison guard. Sometimes you say things and you have two choices. You say something and then you have to stick with it and just hope it lands, or it's not going to land. Like the prison guard bit about JSD when I just said he was the best, do you remember that? And then what you have to do is you can then try to turn it into content with you accepting that it's a failure of a statement. JSD, my dear friend, thank you so much for the insanely generous 20 David Jaffe gift memberships. What a nice birthday gift. Thank you so much. Let me sing you a song. JSD rose from the fire. He went to a woman and said, I have to go kill baby Hitler, then I'll meet you in the bed. She jumped in the sheets. She said the word yeet. And he said, what the fuck's the matter with you? Don't say that. I'll be back. I'm going to go kill this baby. And she says, okay. And then he killed the baby Hitler. And on the way to bed, he gave 20 gifted memberships. And he fucked that lady in the bed. Thank you, JSD. Thank you, JSD. Appreciate it, buddy. JSD sharing the prison bribe money. Goddamn right. That's right. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. All right. Let's move forward, my delightful friends. What else we got going on? I'll talk about that later. Let's look at a couple trailers. Brand new trailer came out. From the new Castlevania. This is not a rogue, my friends, at all. This is an actual straight up Castlevania game from the guys who made what's that game they made? Real famous Dead Cells. Here we go. Check this out. This just dropped yesterday. Here we go. You don't like the songs? Oh, JSD, I thought these were fun songs that you had sex and made love to. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. No more songs for JSD. JSD rejected my gift of creativity. JSD, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. What do you want my music? He doesn't like my music. Jesus Christ. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. Very generous. He says, I've been subbed him for so long, and now he embarrasses me. The song's unbelievable. Baby. Baby, baby, baby. Come on now. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Matt from Evil Empire, the studio behind Castlevania Belmont's Curse. We first worked on this beloved franchise with the Return to Castlevania DLC for Dead Cells. Since then, we've moved away from our roguelike roots and have been busy building a brand new 2D action-adventure game.
And I'm speaking for Taniguchi-san from Konami. My team worked on the Castlevania collections, as well as collabs with external studios. Evil Empire's tribute turned out so good, we really couldn't miss the chance to work with them again.
Together, we're continuing our collaboration for the 40th anniversary of the franchise. Being a French team, we were arrogant enough to set the game in France. Except for me, of course, being a humble Englishman. Now, let me set the scene. The year is 1499, and Paris has been invaded by Dracula's forces. As at Belmont, you will hunt down monsters across the city, scaling the sacred spires of Notre Dame, descending.
Allow me just to interrupt for a moment. I still don't understand. I want to know the story behind God of War Sons of Sparta. When you fucking see a game that looks like this, and I'm not like going, I've never seen a better looking 2D game. Of course I have. But the effects, the motion, the fluidity, the acrobatics, I don't understand. And God of War is a much bigger franchise than Castlevania in terms of finances. What were they thinking of giving that game to that team? I do not know. It must have been somebody's brother-in-law or something.
Into the skull-lined catacombs and dueling corrupted legends like Joan of Arc. Only berets and baguettes are missing, but I think you've had enough of that already. And what will become of Paris when Dracula's castle finally emerges? Well, you'll have to wait a little longer to find out.
Castlevania, Belmont's Curse.
Yeah, I think it looks great. Fuck the haters. I think Mr. J has a lovely voice and makes nothing but hits. Thank you, Machine. I appreciate that. JSD says, no, you just left me out for so long. It feels weird, Papa J. What are you talking about, baby? I didn't leave you out. Come on, baby. I'd never leave you out. I'd never put baby in a corner. Thank you, JSD, so much, man. You are a racist against Southern accents, Wayne. Oh, I see. That's Morgan laying down the law in the chat. Okay. But anyway, there you go. I would love to know what the story behind that was. The goddamn cockadoodie Sons of Sparta. Why was that team picked? I don't know. I'm not against the team. I mean, it's fine, but how do you not recognize that you need that wasn't what you should? I don't fucking know. I don't know what to tell you. Let's move on. Look at this fucking trailer. Somebody sent me this. This is the new Bully. It's not actually Bully. It's called Agefield High School Rock the School, but it's the closest we're going to get to a new Bully. This is coming out this year, I think. So let's check it out together as pals do. It's 3 minutes long. That's a long time for a trailer. If it gets boring, hit stop the trailer. We'll move on. Oh, I have a free trot, says JSD. That's cool. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. It's cool. Yeah. All right, here we go. Action.
Welcome to Agefield High, Rock the School, a coming-of-age adventure game about friendship, love, and maybe a little rebellion, inspired by the raunchy teen comedies of the early 2000s. You play as Sam, who just moved to Agefield with his nagging mom and annoying sister.
Good college, great job, happy family.
I don't want a fucking job. I want a man with money.
At Agefield High, join forces with Kale and Axel and together try to pull off their Rock the School plan to become the biggest legends the school's ever seen.
And most importantly, get the girl and rock the prom.
But on weekdays, you have to be in school till the afternoon. Yeah, Agefield High features a complex time and school system with different lesson types like English, math, geography, German, and music.
I'm just not used to country life yet.
Do you think we're some kind of dumb hillbillies or rednecks?
Students arrive by bus in the morning and follow their daily routine. You can skip class, but then you'll have to hide from the authorities in town or just cause chaos.
Hey, he's stealing my liquor!
The story missions become available after school where Kale, Axel, and Sam work on their dream to leave their marks as legends. From awkward attempts at impressing girls.
I can show you that I am a real man.
Fighting dickhead jocks.
Not in my town.
And even Satanists, leading to the big question.
I am the hottest girl at school.
Which girl do you ask to prom?
Dude, that's his sister. That's weird.
Agefield High features 32 main missions and 15 mini-missions capturing the ridiculousness of early 2000s teen comedies.
Are you having your happy time?
The open world of Agefield is free to explore, featuring the school campus, neighborhoods, town center, and countryside. After Sam's parents split and his mom struggles to make ends meet, with no car of his own, he has to navigate Agefield solo. So you might want to check out Mike's bike shop and get some wheels. Don't forget some new fresh clothes.
It looks so
and
cringe.
maybe even
You
a
know
tattoo.
what?
Just don't tell
I'm
Mom.
sorry.
Did you get into a fight?
I'm fucking sorry.
Complete some mini missions.
This is the problem. This is the god. You know you're just trolling me. Fuck you all. This is indie slop. This is the problem with you people. Yeah, I said you people. This is the problem with you fucking people. It's exactly what you want. Man, what do you mean it looks like shit? What looks like shit about it? Jeez fucking Christ. It looks fun. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be fun, but the setting is fun. The theme is fun. If they can pull off what they're saying, and so far it doesn't look, well, the animations of the mouth are not of the quality that I expect. Well, go fuck yourself.
To make bank on the side.
We have to buy a Play With magazine so I can sell the pictures in it to my friends 10 times the original price.
Don't let your guard down around town or even the countryside. The jocks could be anywhere. Sam
Who
isn't
gives
a
a
bully,
shit if it's
but he
2026?
knows how to crack a few skulls. He can throw some
What's your
punches,
point?
deal some leg kicks.
Yeah,
and
they don't
shove
want
them
crunch
right
as
to the
mecha, but they want
fence.
hyper
Don't
realism.
forget to block it.
And the graffiti just appeared there by itself, or what?
And keep an eye out for collectibles. Agefield is soaked in a pop-punk soundtrack, vibrant colors, and a springtime setting, hiding the negativity of all the soulless adults in town.
I can't be the father.
Return to the early 2000s and experience the rebellious energy of Agefield High. Rock the school.
All right,
Wish list
look.
now on Steam.
I just put a poll up, okay? It should be at the top somewhere. I think. Did the poll go up? Here it comes. Do you think the game is cool or crap? I want to see. I'm going to get the Castlevania game too. I'm going to get them both. No one, you know what? Come on, man. Look at this. Sometimes this drives me batshit. Ultros Monkey, whatever. Uranus Monkey says you ignored my LCU comments. I didn't ignore them. I'm doing a stream. I don't read every fucking comment. I don't have a problem with your comment. I saw them, but I was in the middle of this. I'm supposed to stop the whole fucking show to jump into the non sequitur? Why did I? But I'll answer it. I'm not opposed to answering it, but please stop thinking your comment was ignored. It wasn't ignored. It just wasn't read. But now I've read it. And here's the answer. Why? Because Tech said, come back and do the LCU with me. And I always enjoyed doing the LCU stuff, and I'm enjoying doing it now, and that's why. I don't know if that's good enough for you. Let me know if I've sufficiently, pleased you. It totally gives bully ripoffs. Absolutely. Which is great. I mean, they're not going to remake the goddamn thing. And I didn't realize I have a copy of Bully, for PS2. And now that I have a new PS2, I'm going to fucking play it. I've never played it. All right. Bro, fuck the LCU, says Heroic. I mean, it's just a job. I like doing it. I like Locale Crypt. I mean, look, what I'll tell you is, do I understand the majority of Victor, please, monkey? Fuck you son of a bitch. Then buy yourself a goddamn $2.99 subscription to the goddamn channel to show me how fucking pleased you are. Show me how fucking pleased you are, you goddamn son of a bitch. I know you like me talking to you this way. I'll do it more, too. Fucking get yourself a $2.99 subscription, you whore. But look. Yeah, Bully's on Steam. It's the update, right? This is the original on PS2. I don't know. I thought you hated the LCU. No, I don't at all. I don't watch it. Oh, well, JSD, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for another 10 gifted. Sadly, it went to Monkey. So here's the deal. This is what Monkey has learned today, JSD. And I appreciate it, buddy. You know I do. And I won't sing a song to embarrass you, but thank you, good sir. Thank you. The guy complains and makes a fucking fool of himself, and I stop the show for him. And then he gets a free membership. He's just on top of the world today, boys. Uranus Monkey, top of the fucking world, you son of a bitch. Thank you, JSD. No, look, I don't go in with all the LCU drama. I don't really care about that stuff. I don't watch that stuff. Some of the people there have been very nice and interesting. And beyond that, I enjoy doing Crypt over there, and I enjoy the audience that's on Crypt. So I don't know, man. Sorry that all of my choices don't meet with your approval. Crap. 60% of you guys think this game is crap. Well, I for one am looking forward to it. But I get it. I mean, that's indies for you, man. And I'm not saying Morgan doesn't like indies in the chat. She's always been a supporter of indies and games and stuff like that. But what I will say about it is that in this case, it's not for her. But I am excited to play it. I like games that take chances and try new things. And trust, what, you think you're going to go to Naughty Dog and pitch that game and get a budget for that? No. It might be, that game might be too try hard. It might. What you probably want from that game is kind of this generation's Cameron Crowe, who really, knows what a high school mindset. I remember this when we did Drawn to Death, by the way. It was Scott Rohde, Christian Phillips. I was pacing around my garage, and I was like, we had the deal. It was done. And it was like, okay, just don't breathe on it wrong, because the contract hadn't been signed, but everything was agreed to. And Rohde or Christian Phillips, Rohde runs PlayStation America and Phillips used to run San Diego. And, they said, well, what do you think about the fact that, you're 44 or whatever I was at the time, and you're writing this high school character? Is that, do you think people will go, how do you write a voice of that character? And, I was just like, don't kill the deal, Jaffe. Just say whatever it takes to keep the game going. And I actually did try to hire people to write the game with me that were better at writing for younger audiences. Jerry Dugan was a guy who was writing Deadpool at the time. And he's younger than me, but not much. But he wrote really funny young characters and things like Nova and stuff in comic books. But yeah, I mean, it is. If you were to look at that game we were just looking at, the school game, and go, if it really can connect with who they're trying to connect with. It's set in 2002 high school. So I don't know if they're trying to connect with people who were in high school in 2002. Thus, it needs to be written by people who are connected there, or is it meant to be more of a current take on high school? I don't know, but it is an interesting challenge, and there are expectations, because I agree with your comment that it looked like it was a little too try hard. I agree. Well, yeah, no shit. Heroic says Bunny Button has more integrity than Jaffe. Yeah, no doubt. I saw a clip of Tech fighting some other guy. What was that about? Oh, tune into Crypt. We'll talk about it. I know a lot of the audience here gets very upset when I talk about the LCU, which is fine. This is not what the show is. Let's talk about this, though. Let me get a sip of the bubbly. One moment. You know what, though? Even though Uranus Monkey has gotten away with not getting a membership, it's super chat time for Uranus Monkey. Let's go. $5. Put it on the bar, bitch. You've been given so much leeway today. You've been given so much shine from the gaming gods. The whole show became about you for a while. JSD got you a nice, shiny, gifted membership here, which will allow you to attend certain streams, will allow you to chat in certain game streams. It's time to pay up. It's time to pay the goddamn piper. At least admit you have no morals, and it will sell your likeness to mouth droolers. Do I have morals? I do have morals, although I don't think you're spelling it wrong. But I don't have your morals. What do you think are bad about my morals as it relates to doing shows on the LCU? Talk to me about that. Talk to me, Goose. But I want to get this out of the way, because then I want to jump into my thoughts on Resident Evil 9 before a friend stops by the stream, okay? Okay, can we do that? All right, so 60% say that high school game is crap, and 40% are excited, so I guess we will have to see where it all ends up, but I will be keeping an eye on it for sure. JSD says you owe it to me. Who owes it to you? I do, or Uranus Monkey does. You goddamn right. Oh, I see. Yeah, you goddamn right. You owe it to JSD. Rockstar's outgrown anything that isn't the biggest launch of the year. I mean, that's how it works. Yeah, you're right. They can't afford to make something that doesn't sell 120 million copies at the end of its life. I saw a story today that they were saying that, in fact, it was the leak stuff that came out from the hack from 2K or Rockstar that the hackers released today, because Rockstar was like, yeah, do me a favor with that data, go fuck yourself. And they released the very salacious information that GTA Online makes $1 million a day. And it's like, yeah, am I surprised by that? You will forget about that game after the stream. I won't. It's been on my wish list forever. I actually put that up because someone in the Discord said, hey, Jaffe, I know, here's this game that you've talked about in the past. Also, are we sitting really, this fucking show, I'm done. This is the greatest goddamn game show about video games on the internet, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. What's that show you guys were telling me, what's the guy's name? Colt Eastwood is doing right now? I'm going to go over there, and I guarantee you they're still going to be talking about the goddamn Xbox memo. And we're about to talk about Resident Evil 9 and then get a visit from the internet hobo. And every now and then a weird fat guy stops by in the background. And you're fucking telling me that we only have 22 likes? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Are you out of your fucking goddamn mind? Get your fucking likes up. What the fuck's the matter with you? What, can I help you?
I'm getting you Tide Pods.
I already got them.
Oh, when?
I ordered them from DoorDash.
Oh, wow.
Because you were asleep.
Oh.
No big deal.
Do you want anything from the grocery store?
Nah. No.
Are we going out?
I don't know. I got to finish the stream, then I'm going to talk to M, and we'll see what we're going to do. I think they might come over. We might go out. We'll figure it out.
By the way, chat, it's Jaffe's birthday.
They know.
55. Where's the guy not going to be? Here we go. 55. He's still in the way.
Who, that guy?
Yes. 55.
You goddamn right. This is Euphoria. Don't make me bring up Sydney Sweeney again. No. I'll bring her up, or I'll bring up this guy. Here we go. That's not really a problem. I'll bring up, where'd he go? Hang on. All right, here he is. Here's Smash JT. God damn it, Jaffe. Why is Smash JT locked there? Oh, I see. He's locked there because I have him popping out of a drawer. Here he is. There's my boy. There he is right there. Colt and Mag are live. They need you on the show. Okay, give me the link to that. We're gonna go over there before we get to Resident Evil 9 thoughts, and then we get to our visitor. I was born in 71, indeed. All right, well there you go. There he is. Okay. Would love to do birthday call-ins. We could, but we can't really do. We'll do call-ins tomorrow, just because we can't do them on OBS as easily as we can on Talk Studio. Somebody send me the link to their the goddamn thing to Colt Show. I love this show, says K-Nubs. This is Euphoria, right? You goddamn right. Thank you, buddy. Machine XP, thank you for the 28 months being a member of the Gods of Wars. Jaffe's the best. You goddamn right. KP says, thank you for the super chat. JSD downloaded a lot. Do you have to do him live? I don't understand. I do understand, but that's creepy and you're going to go to hell for that. What's the goddamn fucking, I'm going over there. I'm going to show you guys what you're missing out on. Well, not missing out on, but shut up. What's the show called? Colt Eastwood. I want to see what they're talking about right now. And I like Colt. I've been on his show, but I'm just telling you. That a lot of these people talk about the same goddamn thing all the goddamn day long. Nobody gives you the variety we do here, and I don't mean to toot my own fucking horn. Let's see how interesting this is. Maybe it's real interesting. It's got 630 people watching, compared to what do we have watching our TV show right now? Who's watching our fucking show? We have 92 people watching. They have 600 people watching. Are you out of your fucking goddamn mind? This is the best fucking show. What are you watching this shit for? Let's watch this shit for a minute.
Well, let me grab these.
Some people in the chat were talking about white gummy right now. It's actually pretty funny. They're like, they were talking about it like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, they were just like, that's they're like white gummy's the best or whatever else. And yeah,
you know, I didn't say this to you, but I was the watermelon was my number 3. Like I loved white gummy and blue raspberry.
Really?
Like, I would just down those.
3 weeks. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in some hot water.
Where the heck does Fable go?
And where the hell does Gears go?
Gears go. I mean, yeah, like
who cares?
You can't have 2 multiplayer games going on and expect big crowds in both if you have them in.
Who cares? The game will. I want you to listen to this. Who cares? Because end of the day, the games will come out. One will do well. They'll both do well. Neither one of them will do well. And then they'll be talking about the next fucking thing. Who gives a shit? You need real talk. And I'm gonna give it to you right now. My thoughts on Resident Evil 9. I finished it last night. I enjoyed it very, very much. I had 10 thoughts on the game, and here they are. The first one is I absolutely loved aspects of the writing. I loved the lore of the game, where you got to learn more. And I'm not a big Resident Evil aficionado. Let's do that again for the take for the video. Yes, Mr. Hitchcock. I'm not a massive Resident Evil aficionado when it comes to the lore, and I still halfway remember Wesker or what. I mean, I just don't follow it that closely. But I really liked how, especially in the last act of the game, there was a lot of stuff, like everything from the prices of these characters, like the monsters and what the Umbrella Corp charged for them, all the way down to things like, you know, why they made this Elpis virus and stuff. It really was an interesting lore dump. The characters were great, meaning Leon and Grace. They were written really well. I think this is probably the best expression of characters ever in a Resident Evil game. Leon, who I've just usually been like, why do people like Leon so much? He's just kind of a generic sort of action hero. Leon was genuinely compelling, well performed, well written. Grace, same fucking thing. I thought they were great. I did not think the story was all that great in the sense that, like, if you look at something even like Resident Evil Village, the plotting of it and moving to new locations and new enemy types, like they had more variety of locations and scenarios, but I missed that in this game. So while a lot of the lore and characters stick with me, the overall plot just felt like, okay, kind of forgettable. I will say there were a couple scenarios in Resident Evil 9, though, that I loved. I'm not going to spoil anything. You've seen these in trailers, but if you haven't, I'll speak very vaguely. I thought the meat grinder conveyor belt was awesome. Running through the blood river, you know what I'm talking about, was awesome. The glass battle on the glass skyscraper that had collapsed where you shoot out the glass was absolutely awesome. I thought the storage container part at the end where she was opening containers and it was a risk reward. There might be things in there. There might be enemies. They did that with the trucks in the flooded garage as well. That was awesome. I was a huge fucking fan. Huge fucking fan. I do think the game was a little easy, and I am not one of these get good guys. You know that. I played on medium. I literally died on the final boss once, and that was only because I started without any health, and so I didn't realize I had to run around to find an injector. What? Killing Mr. X or Nemesis or whatever the fuck that thing was with the rocket launcher, I killed that on the first try. I don't necessarily think that is a bad thing, because this is, I believe, the best-selling Resident Evil in the time it's been out. So maybe they're just like, look, if you want a challenge, you can, finish the game, go to insanity mode. We've got you covered. But the base game is not going to be, it's going to be a pretty, average difficulty, because, this was not a game where, I found myself worrying about inventory, worrying about, I never even had a moment where I had to get rid of a weapon because it couldn't fit in my briefcase that Leon carries around in his pocket. I don't know where he carries it. So I do think it was a little too easy and strange in that sense. I didn't think it was scary. I thought it was gory. I thought it was really fun. I think it's like a good 8.5 out of 10. I still hold that this game is the Fast and the Furious of video game franchises. It does not feel like horror. It has horror trappings, but it's an action horror game. Whereas if you look at something like Silent Hill F, certainly indie games, Silent Hill 2 Remake, those actually feel Fatal Frame, the new remake. There's something disturbing and unsettling about those games. I do not think that that is the case with Resident Evil 9. That's not a bad thing. It's just that when a lot of people were like, I'm too scared to play the game. Like, you don't need to be scared to play this game. It's just gore. It's just gore. I did find the constant moaning from Leon and Grace when they got wounded weird. I'm sorry that a lot of people want to pretend that it doesn't sound like Grace is having an orgasm whenever her hit points drop below 30, but it does. And it's like, but Jaffe, that's what people sound like when they're wounded. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's accurate. But there's a button, there's a knob, there's an algorithm that says every X seconds play one of these 8 random clips of Grace going, Same with Leon. And it's like, guys, just tune it down 50%. It's a little goofy and distracting. I didn't like the little girl part, just like the little girl part in whatever the Resident Evil was. It was at 7 or Village where she's the orphan and she's running around and she's hiding. I would not have a problem. I like the idea that the Resident Evil's remakes are letting you jump to these characters that aren't the main characters from time to time. But do I have to keep playing these little kids in stealth sections? Why not give me, hell, I'd like to play as the villain, or I'd like to play as one of the lickers, or, let me play in a scenario with a different character. But I couldn't find one person that liked the little kid section of this game or the previous. It's like, I don't know why that's there. The motorcycle thing, when you're chasing after whatever, Victor, whatever his name is. I don't remember his name. Cool looking dude, Victor or somebody, Frankenstein. I don't fucking know. You're chasing after him, and you know a lot of production value went into that. Now maybe it's because Jaffe, but we want to do it for trailers, and that's a total fair reason to do it. But whenever you have games like that where they have like a chase sequence, and all you're really doing is moving a turret around, are you really paying any attention to the? It's like, what is it for people watching the game? So they go, oh, this game looks cool, because the gameplay of that is so dull and vanilla, and you're so focused on putting the cursor over the enemy that half the time I'm not paying attention to all the production value they put into it. But again, maybe they're like, that's not really for the player. We made it easy enough that you can get through it with no fuss, no muss. This is for trailers. This is for people watching. This is for you to show off the game to other people. I'm not sure, but they're, as pure gameplay, they don't really work. They don't really work all that well. I had hoped for more interesting ways that Grace and Leon could engage with each other. Like, the only time they really ever had a moment like that was the sniper battle where he's up there protecting her, and that was still, you were pretty much just playing him. I liked how they cut back and forth. I thought the cadence was good, but there did seem to be a point where I thought they were going to be a little bit bolder and more creative with that. Even like there was one point where Grace comes up to this giant computer console towards the end of the game, and she sees all the video and she sees the history of things, and she sees Leon. Now, Leon is not in good shape at that point, but she sees him from these cameras, these like security cameras. And I'm like, this would be great. This would be a great moment for you to be Grace in there, third person at the console, you know, kind of like in GoldenEye, stopping enemies coming in and doing things for Leon, but you're playing Leon like Resident Evil Classic camera on the different security cameras, right? You can jump back and forth like at any time between the two. It just seemed there were a lot of missed opportunities to have that dynamic be more than just, now it's time for Leon's gameplay. 30 minutes later, now it's time for Grace's gameplay. I still loved it. I like Grace. I really like her. I don't know what they're going to do with her. I don't think she's going to be an action hero. Is she going to end up becoming kind of like Otacon in Metal Gear? Is she going to becoming like, is it Sherry? Like, what is she going to do in the future? But she's such a good character, and I think she left a good impression on so many other people's experience that I hope she's not like a one and done kind of thing. I hope that she is going to be much more in the history of it, but I don't know what they would do with her because she's not going to be an action hero. One of the CODs had a mission like that. Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be that, but just something where, even if it was just normal Resident Evil camera for both of them, but it was just something where you got into a little bit more of a interesting relationship between how the different characters played at the same time, basically. All right, what else? The ending, I thought, and I don't know how many endings there are, and I'm not going to spoil anything here, but let's just say there are 2 endings that I know of in the mainline game. I played on the normal mode, and I appreciate that. But what's really strange about it is that one of the endings, like what you do to determine what ending you see is not super clear why you get, quote, the good ending and the bad ending, right? Because when you watch the story, it's like either choice she makes would have been the good ending, according to what that guy said in the wheelchair. And I'm not spoiling, I'm talking very vaguely. You'd think that you could easily explain away whatever choice she made would be a good ending. Yeah. It came. Oh no. Oh, Lynx. Lynx was watching earlier. Oh.
And she sent us some more select. Let me show you.
Oh, baby.
It has a base too, but.
Oh, look at that. That's my baby.
The base has an orange tennis ball, like the one that he's a Jew on.
Thank you, Lynx. Look what she made for us. That's our baby Ace. And we're going to put his ashes in there when they show up. Oh, you guys. What's that?
It's a little bookmark or picture frame, and then she brought us some Ace keychains.
Oh, Ace keychains. What are you talking about? Links, you old knucklehead. Go visit that woman. I put her link. I'll put it up again in a minute. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Oh, my goodness. Let me see the keychains. There's a base. Go put it on the base. Let's see it. There it is. Let me see. Oh, Link. Oh. Thank you, Links. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's excellent. That is delightful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Links. Oh, there she is. There's Links right there.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You don't know, we're going to pick up his ashes today. Me and
Are we?
Yeah, I'm going to pick him up in
When?
like a few minutes.
Oh,
Already.
okay.
And it was just perfect timing, and thank you so much.
Yeah. When are you're going now? You're just going to bring them right back?
Yeah.
How far? Is it long?
Pretty nice.
Okay. Oh, that's excellent. Oh, those are wonderful. Thank you, Links. Thank you, buddy. No, not broken at all. It looks excellent. It's beautiful. Okay. Hey, Sarah, will you shut my door, kid? Yeah. Thanks. Okay, hang on. So but the ending was weird. And if you are interested in, you should be in the work that Links does. Here is her Instagram. And she doesn't just do wonderful things and sweet things like that for your pets. As you can see, she does the cool statues in the back. Bloodborne, Art the Clown, Supergirl, Mortal Kombat, God of War. She just put up a God of War recently of Kratos from the original God of War 2005, ripping the eyeball out of the goddamn Cyclops. So come on now, go check her out. There's the link right there. So anyway, the ending though, which is weird, is that I don't know why they needed to have those endings, because if you do get the bad ending, which is the first one I got, I'm like, okay, well, that was disappointing and stupid. It literally is a bad ending and a bad ending. And then immediately after, it's like, hey, do you want to go back to the other ending? I'm like, sure. And so I went right back and I just did the other thing. And that's like, okay, that was a great ending. And so it's not that I have a problem where they give you choices, but it's like, if you're going to do that, why, if the ending almost is meaningless, what's the point of having it in there? You know, it just felt weird. It felt like a strange decision, but regardless though, I loved it. I loved it. The only other thing I will say is this. I finished it. I rarely finish video games. I finished Resident Evil 9, just like I did RE2 Remake, RE3 Remake, RE4, RE4 Remake. I finished all the over-the-shoulder ones for some reason. I don't finish a lot of the other ones. I finished Village. I finished this. I will say this. I don't think that there is a necessity, certainly not with the success of this game, for them to change the formula. But as someone who plays a lot of games, and maybe you guys feel this way too, as much as I love Resident Evil, I will tell you that there is a sense of the formula's getting a little long in the tooth now. And again, if they never change anything, if they absolutely never change a goddamn thing, I will still play everyone and I will be very, very happy with everyone that I fucking play. But there is now a sense after finishing this game of, okay, I'm not saying they need a reinvention of the Resident Evil formula like they did with, you know, when they went to RE4, but I do think they need to really push themselves on the next one to go, what are we doing to elevate ourselves? You know, is it the horror? Is it different mechanics? I don't know. I don't know. I did like the combination of pure horror and the more action. I like that as well. Silent Hill 2 multiple endings makes sense considering how the story plays out. RE trying multiple endings feels weird, says Gamer. Yeah, I'm with you. But anyway, that is my take on Resident Evil 9. I really enjoyed it. Did I enjoy it as much as Silent Hill F? No. Do I enjoy it as much as Silent Hill 2 Remake? No. Those stick with me more. Those are more disturbing. But I think it's one of the best fucking action games of the year. And it's one of the best produced games of the year. And what it does make me wonder, I do this all the time. And again, I'm not, all I've said, look, if I ran Sony, I would be like, guys, we need our Resident Evil Silent Hill game. I don't need you to reinvent the wheel, Santa Monica. Give us an action horror game. I don't know why they haven't done that yet, but it seems like that would just be a license to print money. So anyway, there you go. Now, my friends, let me get some of these very generous super chats that have come rolling in. I really appreciate it, you guys. Insane. Okay, number one, Sharifi. I'm reading a book right now called The Adventures of Armani al-Sharifi. I think that's what it's called. It's really good. Colt just sent you the link to the DM. I'll jump over there in a minute. Hello from Edmonton, says Danny Sullivan. Canada, thank you, buddy, for supporting the show. Thank you and Sharifi for those super chats. JSD drops a 10. He says you should have worn a helmet. He's talking about the Resident Evil chase. Yeah, that would have made it better. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Submachine Official drops a big mega $100 bill on the bar and says, give me a drink, you whore. And I'm like, oh, whatever you want, baby. He says, Jaffe is always stoking the flame with high octane. Happy birthday, you goofball. Happy birthday right back. But wait, it's not my... Thank you. That's incredibly generous. That's a lot of money. That's staggeringly expensive to spend. But thank you so much for supporting the show and the channel as you always do. And of course, right there, our good friend, Mr. Moneybags McGee, JSD, the man who literally went back in time and killed Oprah Winfrey when she was a baby. That's why her show's not on the air anymore. Sent 20 Jaffe gift memberships. Thank you for that, buddy. We very, very much appreciate it. Thank you so much, all you guys, for supporting the show in such a big goddamn way today. And then here is K-Nubs, little K-Nubs with his little nubby fingers. He comes in, he says this. Thank you so much for the big super chat, K-Nubs. He says, listen, hey, I hope Pragmata sells. I'd like to see Capcom tinker more with systems like hacking while shooting. Me too. Can see applying it to survival horror. Me too. It's a good point. Have minigame where you charge your big weapon, having pistol always at the ready. Yeah, you could have like the DNA of the monsters. It's like you've got to adjust the bullets on the fly depending on who you're shooting and shit. I think that's very, very cool. Yeah, you probably stole that from Goosebumps though. K-Nubs, thank you for that, buddy. Thank you that. Danny Sullivan says this. He says, hey, listen, Jaffe streams got me through a hard time last year. My bro. Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that, buddy. His brother died of, I don't understand this word in front of the other word, of a car fentanyl overdose. I know what a fentanyl overdose is. A car fentanyl overdose? What? I don't understand. The point is, I'm sorry your brother's not here. I'm not glad we could help you because us helping you means, yeah, we're going through a rough time. But, hey, man, I'm so sorry. Ugh, life's a son of a bitch. Life's a son of a bitch at times. There is no God. Welcome to the show. There is no God. Also, don't forget, Retro Game Treasure is our sponsor. They're like, what the fuck are we doing, boys? What the fuck are we doing with this guy? Thank you, Retro. And thank you, of course, for sharing that story. But it's very sad. I'm sorry for that. Now, listen, here's what I'm not sorry for. Here's what I'm not sorry for at all. Because some people were like, oh, he's over. You know. He's over. He's trash. He's not worthy. But I didn't abandon him. And now he's one of my very best friends. In his free time, which he has a lot of, because he doesn't have a job, he likes to scour the information superhighway, looking for stories that are worth talking about briefly. He's your best friend, and he's my best friend. He's the goddamn internet hobo. Here we go, boys.
Driving down the road where you headed, you just don't know. But in the distance, you see insistence. His eyes are all aglow. You will stop, you will look, and why, you just don't know. But my friend, you've just encountered the internet hobo.
Here he is, your friend of mine, the internet hobo. Let's see what he... It's Anthony, that's right. Let's see what he's bringing us today in his little creepy, smelly bag. I'm sure it smells like ass. Our good buddy, Day One Patch Kids, shared this with me. Let me explain something. Let me fucking explain something to you about this goddamn thing. Somebody obviously made this with AI, but... This God of War would not exist without Ray Harryhausen, who did all the Clash of the Titans, the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, Jason the Argonauts, and this beautiful composer, Bernard Herrmann, who did all the scores. And I actually did some game design on God of War to Queen and the Scorpion King soundtrack and the Mummy Return soundtrack, but I also listened to the soundtrack for Jason the Argonauts by Bernard Herrmann. I want to show you this. It's a 1-minute trailer done in that style, and it is so goddamn... This is the kind of like movies my dad took me to. It's insane. Here we go. Let's watch it together. Did you see the sword, man? Come on. This is amazing. There's Zeus. I mean, come on. Come on. Look how big Pandora's box is. This is, I'm going to play this twice. This is so goddamn cool. Athens. I mean, they nailed it, man. They fucking nailed it. If you told me this is what the TV series on Amazon was going to look like, I'd be like, yes, please. Fuck yeah, I'll watch that. Look at the Minotaur boss, Ares. I mean, come on. I'm going to play it one more time. I love this so much. Look at that. The Titan. Oh, this is so great. God, I mean, this was almost the best way I can describe it is this is what I saw in my head when I envisioned God of War, because I envisioned it through the lens of being a kid, or a teenager, a kid. Look at that. That is something. The fucking sword that he kills Ares with. Oh my God, man. Yul Brynner, yeah. Would have been great in it as Kratos, the man, the warrior. Burgess Meredith. Look at that. Look at that. I love the fucking, who was that? Oh, that was the Hydra. Look at the Pandora's box. I love the body burner. I love the Cerberus. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, I loved this. Thank you, Day One Patch Kids, for, would you like a link? Yeah, I'll put a link up in the chat right now. 1 second. He looks a little inconsistent there at the end, but here's the link. God of War reimagined as dark fantasy. God, I love that. I love that so much. All right, there it is. Let's see what else the hobo brought us today, my friends. Look at this. Just some new tech. I had to watch this twice to understand what I'm looking at. This is only available in India at the moment, but this is pretty cool. Check this out.
For Windows and then Android, right?
Homo.
Sorry, not Android. Harmony OS, right? And then the Windows, and then here, virtual keyboard, okay? And then here, see?
Come on. Come on.
Nice, right?
Come on. Isn't that cool? It took me a minute. I didn't understand at first because I didn't realize that the keyboard is part of the laptop at first. I thought, was he carrying this other keyboard around with him? But no, it sits on top of the other part of the flat screen.
Windows, and then Android.
So then you magnetize it, you take it off the magnet.
Android, Harmony OS, right?
And now you get a massive, not massive, but a very large screen that folds.
Okay.
And then isn't that neat? This is about $3,000 in American dollars when it comes to America. It's not here yet, but...
Nice, right? Look at this.
That's some neat shit, man. That's some neat shit, man. It'll come to the US, I'm sure, or at least Apple will rip it off. I'll tell you what, did I like school?
Yeah.
Sometimes, not a lot, but here's a class I would have loved in school. Look at this guy's history classroom. I just wanted to share this. This is insane. Okay, Tiny Taco says, looks like it'll have dog shit battery life. Hard pass. Jesus, be excited about something. If it does, then we can bitch about it. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Look at this. Look at this guy's classroom.
Right. So I work in a school as a director of technology,
And this is a world history classroom who also takes his comic book history serious. Like on his desk, he's got DC comic stuff. Like, I'm not kidding. He definitely takes his comic history extremely serious. Which this is awesome. Obviously, Guy is clearly a bigger DCU or DC fan other than a Marvel, but I freaking love this.
I mean, dude,
he's got
stuff
everywhere.
I would have hung out in this classroom even when I didn't have class. That's the shit. We need more geek teachers who let their geek flag fly is what we need. Now, you guys have heard about one of the most successful or most expensive Star Wars figures ever, which is the rare Boba Fett that you could send away for, and they pulled it relatively quickly because it had a missile that shot and kids could choke. There may have even been a kid who did choke. Well, they're rare, and this guy got one, and I just thought this was so cool. This is
the Kenner
1979 Star Wars rocket-firing Boba Fett, sold at auction for $1.3 million. Only 100 were made. Check this out. This went for $1.3 million.
Owning this figure means possessing one of the most sought-after and valuable action figures in the entire hobby. The Kenner 1979 J-slot rocket-firing prototype Boba Fett. 30 J-slot figure prototypes were made, but the version was never mass-released due to safety concerns for kids, making it extremely rare. As far as we know, there are only 3 Mailer J-slot V-2A2 missile examples in existence, with this specimen the highest graded example of the 3. Owning this figure means possessing one of the most sought-after and valuable action figures in the entire hobby. The Kenner
1.3 million bucks. Imagine having that much money and choosing to spend it on a fucking toy that when you die it will just collect dust. But still, I'm not judging. Yes, I am. Still, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, what else do we got? You know what's old is new. This is a new. It's not a new TV. It's a new frame for your TV, which I think is pretty fucking cool. Why is my mouse acting so terrible? Is my battery dying? God, I hope not. It's hard to really see it. Oh, my mouse is on its last legs. Anyway, it's a TV that makes your TV look like an old TV. I don't know what to tell you. I thought it was pretty cool, but now that I can't make it big screen, I'm not as impressed. But it's still pretty fucking cool. Okay. But you put your TV in there. See, there we go. That's cool, right? Come on now. Anna G says she wants one. First off, thank you, Benth Gamer, saying for the super chat, Jaffe, this reminds me of Around the Net. Cool seg. Never seen it, but yeah, I love doing Internet Hobo because I don't have to do the work because he travels the information superhighway and collects it. I just show it. Thank you, buddy. And then there's good old Wings of Redemption says, so we need to teach you Google Doc. I know Google Doc. Are you saying just put the links in Google Doc and then I can keep all my tabs closed? And then just click it? Yeah. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow and see. Everybody tells me. They don't like the way I do it. They don't like the way I run my show, Wings. They're not happy with me. I've let them down. But this will make us all happy. I just got this from the internet. I don't know what I was looking up, but look at these. Look at this. You open up the goddamn you open up the goddamn bin and look at all these beautiful games. NES games. Look at the Balloon Fight. Balloon Fight was a game made by Iwata-san. Clearly inspired by Joust, but it was its own thing. You can play that right now on the Switch virtual thing. It's pretty great. It still holds up, actually. There's a gold Zelda card in there. You got some Xevious, Super Mario Brothers. Is there a Russian attack I saw? There's a gold Link up there. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Hey, Darth Nugget finally steps up and says, you know what? I'm tired of complaining. I'm going to not complain and put my money where my mouth has, in my butthole. Thank you, Darth Nugget. Welcome to Calypso's Cult, buddy. We appreciate we appreciate it, Darth Nugget. Thank you so much for being part of our community for so fucking long. Thank you, sir. Rampage still holds up. Yeah, a lot of these still hold up, I would say. I mean, not for very long, but they still work at RC Pro-Am, baby. Now, RC Pro-Am, am I correct in saying that was done? That was not done by Silicon and Synapse that became Blizzard. I know Rock and Roll Racing was, but clearly Rock and Roll Racing was heavily influenced by RC Pro-Am, which was a great fucking game. Great fucking game. Okay. Oh, you said you'd rejoin the cult if you streamed today? Oh, I would have to be in the Discord to know. Look at this. One of my favorite things the hobo Darth Nugget has brought us recently. Look at this. This is some shit. I did not know they were making a Broadway musical about King fucking Kong. But they are. And these are their rehearsal for some of the creatures.
First position and go.
I mean, come on. This will burn into the minds of children in a great way.
Go.
Come on, man.
Spit and go.
On, can you imagine?
And go.
I may have to go to New York to see this.
Fight and go.
Go. Video. Go.
1,
Come
2,
on.
3, 4, and throw away.
LX257. Go.
We're watching that one more time. We're watching that one more fucking time.
First position and go.
Right?
LX245. Go.
Spit and go. Retract
And this is early.
go.
Like they're saying
Go.
spit, like it's going to have effects coming out of its mouth. Come on.
Fight and go.
Go. Video. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, and throw away.
LX257. Go.
That's a good fucking reason to go to Broadway, folks, if you've never been. No, that's real. It's not. I don't think it's AI. Please tell me it's not AI. Oh, I would be so disappointed. Hang on. Is King Kong going to Broadway musical? Please tell me it's real. Yeah. The Broadway musical. Oh, it already ran. 2018. It was a failure? What's wrong with me? Wait, no. Is this a new one? Let's see. Hang on. No, this is the new one right here. King Kong Alive on Broadway. This is what we were looking at. King Kong played its final. Oh, so this came and went. This fucking thing came and went. I didn't even know about it. My God, that's disappointing. No, not AI at all. It's real deal, but it's over, which is a real shame. What else do we got? I'll save those. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you guys today on the Internet Hobo. You think the Boba Fett, yes, the Boba Fett. Anna G, thank you, buddy. Been a member for 11 months. Phenomenal support. Great mod. Great support. Great pal. 12 months. Happy birthday, Jaffe. Never change. I do the best I can. But thank you, buddy, for that. I appreciate it. Okay. Listen to this. I missed what, Gun? What are you talking about? I missed the show, yeah. The $1.3 million Boba Fett, impressive? Sure, why not? As impressive as this? I don't think so. No, my friends. I don't think so. Look at this. You got to be shitting me. You've got to be shitting me. Magnetic adjustable eyes. Are you kidding me? I think this is $5,000. Yeah, Lynx has some competition. Yeah. Yeah. Wing says, I've seen this, and there are kids that are going to bed hungry tonight as someone is selling a $1,900 action figure. I don't think it's $1,900. I think it's $5,000. I could be wrong. Maybe you're right. Let's find out what the price is. Look at that. I mean, at that point, just hire a hitman to kidnap Christian Bale. Just keep him in a case. Tell him to wear the costume. Talk like Batman. I'm kidding. If you're a weirdo or not a weirdo, please don't do that. I don't mind if rich people have the cool toys. I just wish they would pay more taxes and then buy the cool toys afterwards. It's cool, but why? Some people like their fucking toys, dude. I don't know. I know a guy who's like that. Worked with him on Twisted Metal. Great guy. Obsessed with toys. Has a huge part of his house. It's just tons and tons and tons of toys. Like a museum, man. Oh, they have a Joker one, too. Are you shitting me? All right, let's just see what this costs. Oh, well, I was wrong. Wings was right. It's $1,800. $1,800. Okay. We watched the video, Wings, of the guy breaking into the house this morning on Crypt who says, I'm Harry Dresden. That guy, I mean, I felt bad for him, but it was also hilarious. And I felt bad for him. And it was also hilarious. And I also did feel bad for him. All right, fellas, listen. That is, I will reach out to Eastwood. Fuck you, Bukaki. I will reach out to Eastwood. It's getting a little late and we have a bunch of stuff to do, but I'd love to go on his show and chat video games with him soon. But that is Gabbin' and Games for today. I will be back tomorrow on Lolcow Crypt at 9 a.m. California time. And then around 4:30 to 5, we'll be doing another stream here on this very channel. In the meantime, Colt is waiting. All right, let me just pop over there real quick, but I'm going to do it on, put the link. Let me see. Hang on. I don't want to make him wait for me. He sent a link. Hang on a minute. Accept as Jaffe.
Oh, but I also think we got to join here.
Oh my God, I was about to log off.
Hey, somebody sent me a link. I'm still on my stream. Do you want me to come over? I didn't know why you sent me a link.
Someone said that you wanted to come in here.
Well, I don't mind coming in there. I like your show, but we people were telling me on my stream. People were saying, "Oh, Colt is talking about the same stuff that you're talking about."
Oh,
and I said, "Oh, well, let's go watch their show real quick and see how they're doing because they've got like 700 viewers and we have like 95. They must be awesome." And so I come over to your show and it's like, I like these Sour Patch Jelly Beans better than those. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in this career. I should talk about candy, I suppose.
Yeah, we were talking about the Fable delay. What's your best guesstimation of when Fable's going to launch?
Oh, I don't know. I don't care.
What?
I think it looks great. I think it looks awesome.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks awesome. But there, we're in a week right now with Pragmata, with Winrose Early Access, which is an amazing game that I played the shit out of when it came out on Steam Next Fest. It's basically Assassin's Creed Black Flag better than
what was
those
that, Dave?
Well, Assassin's Creed Black Flag better than they ever did it. I'm still doing Crimson Desert.
It's only like the third time that's happened on this show.
Yeah, I just finished I mean, the idea that it's like I'm not going to get Fable as promised in November or whenever it was. Okay. I mean, so I don't mean to say I don't care about your topic. I'm sure it's a great topic for the show. I'm just saying.
Well, what were you talking about that we were talking about then? I think
it was the Game Pass pricing going down, according to the.
Okay, all right.
Oh yeah.
That was what.
Yeah, we were just. So give us real quick. We're almost done here. what do you think they're going to do? What do you think Asha's going to do with Game Pass?
Well,
What's your
okay,
best,
so what I was saying to these guys over here is that I honestly, I think she's saying a lot of stuff that, I mean, let's just say unless I hear it in an earnings call, I'm not going to believe a lot of it, because she's really pitching this idea like she's going to bring it back to the Xbox 360 days, which is, no matter how well PlayStation's doing, doesn't seem to be that viable a business model anymore. It's just too expensive, and the game space is fragmented, especially the younger generation of gamers. So I don't really know how you can hitch your horse to, let's just make exclusives for a console that cost, $200 million to make and blah, blah, blah. So I think what she probably will do is, clearly they're going to lower the price. They'll probably kick Call of Duty out of it, except at the highest tier. But I honestly, I got to tell you guys, I'm more interested in the Steam box as the next console right now, because I'm a huge fan of Steam and its ecosystem. But I'm sure they'll drop the price, but I don't really know. I don't know. And, I hate to say it, and maybe this is why my views are so low compared to you guys. I don't really care. That's just the truth. I mean, I don't give a shit. I care very much about games, right? I care about playing the games. I don't care what box they're on. If I can afford to buy it, or I get it on Game Pass, or I get it for free. There's so much good stuff.
Do you like Game Pass? Do you use it?
I used to use it all the time. I barely use it anymore though, because I've been using GeForce Now, and I use it in link to GeForce Now because it'll play Game Pass games. But frankly, there hasn't really been, like Forza. I'm excited for. I thought the previews for Forza looked really, really good. For Forza 6, I'm excited for to see their showcase in June. So I'm sure it'll ramp back up, but I haven't really messed with it since what's it called? The Indiana Jones DLC came out. I'll probably go back for Starfield because I loved Starfield, and I am curious to play the new content. But again, there's just so much to play right now that is not on Game Pass that I'm kind of busy with that. I mean, do you play Game Pass a lot?
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
I unsubscribed last year once it went up, and I'm like, this is not affordable for me anymore. Not in Canada anyway. It's almost $40 here. So, I mean, that's insane. That's $480 a year with no discounts for buying it a 12-year like cadence or whatever, or a 12-month cadence.
Yeah. Right.
And it doesn't make any sense, right? So I'm like, no. And if I want something from Microsoft or from whatever, Microsoft Publishing, Xbox Publishing, I will just purchase the games that's more financially prudent anyway. So that's the way I looked at it. Because all the other stuff that it's in there, not all of it, but the majority of the other stuff that's in there, I'm not going to engage in all that, nor am I going to have time for all that when I'm playing on PlayStation, I'm playing on Switch 2, and I'm playing third-party games. So, I mean, there's not a lot in there. I'm like, listen, I have to pick and choose because not only is it a financial reason, it's also time. We don't have all that time to do all that stuff, right? So, I mean?
I'm with you. I may cancel mine too, but again, they're keeping me on the hook enough with Forza coming and Starfield, and but I will say what I've played the most and enjoyed the most this generation is not the PS5, is not the Xbox. It is Steam, and specifically when I can get Steam games through GeForce Now with all of the knobs turned up to 11. And then I just see all these people bitching about ray tracing path. I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit. I have the best. I get the best always.
What was the early access game you mentioned? Your mic cut out. Steady Steve wanted to ask.
Windrose, I think is what it's called. It comes out tomorrow in early access. It is a
I downloaded it too.
It's Survival Pirate. It is great.
You're on your phone, so
I'm not on my phone.
Your mic is a little in and out, but Windrose is like a Sea of Thieves type game. It's in early access. Starts tomorrow. I downloaded it today, the demo, so I could try it. So
I will say though, it's different than Sea of Thieves in two ways. Though you can play co-op, but it's not as dependent as Sea of Thieves is on going with your buddies. Like I played it all by myself and had a great time. And it's not cartoony like Sea of Thieves. It really does feel like if you like the pirate kind of fantasy, it's probably the best version of the live a pirate, a pirate's life for me kind of thing that I've ever played. Even better than Black Flag. So, I mean, you literally start shipwrecked and you can ultimately build, and I did this in the demo, you can build a basic pirate ship and crew it, and then you can go sailing, and not only can you attack other guys, cannonball to cannonball, but you can get close and you can send grappling hooks over and mount their ship. And yeah, there is stuff like that in Sea of Thieves, but it's more of a playing it like a single player game feels more like
And it's third person.
I don't. Yes, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
it's good to see you guys.
That's
I'm going to
awesome.
head out. We got.
Yeah, I'll have you on
See you later, buddy.
sometime.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
would love to.
Thanks for
I would
joining
love to.
us.
Bye, you guys. Thanks, everybody. Thanks
You're
for
awesome.
the
Later,
invite.
brother.
See you guys. All right, there you go, guys. Well, that was a nice little trip over to those fellas. All right, my dear friends, that is the show for today. Like I said, back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock California time, and then back tomorrow here around 4:30 to 5. We'll either do a Gabbin' and Games, a game stream, a call-in show. I'm always doing something at that time. At least I'm trying to. New members, thank you so much. Incredible super chat generosity. Thank you guys so much. Gifted members, let me tell you the top fans of the day based on how they chatted and what they spent and how pretty they are. Here we go. Number 10, Sharifi. Thank you for hooking us up with Colt Show. Number 9, V8 Warrior. Number 8, my pal, David Goodrich, Goodrich Games. Number 7, Juicy Booch, of course. Number 6, Awesome Tatum. Number 5, KP Projections. Number 4, Machine XP. Number 3, the man with the big heart and the tiny fingers, KKKKK Nubs. Number 2, Submachine Official. Thank you so much for that very generous support, Submachine. And sitting at the top of the list, not wearing a goddamn stitch of clothing, looking at his penis and going, I think this smells funny. You want to check it out? No, I don't really. JSD! Thank you so much, JSD, for all the support you always give the shows. I really, really appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for the well wishes, the birthday wishes, and we're going to go out and do stuff as a family, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Be well, be safe, and see you next time. Bye, guys. Anna G also, thank you, bud. Maybe if I can click this guy. Yeah. You guys see.